Will psychedelics propel your career? Exploring the potential impact of psychedelics on work, productivity, and well-being. Abstract, with growing research demonstrating the therapeutic potential of psychedelics such as psilocybin and MDMA in treating mental health conditions. Interest is mounting around potential applications beyond health. This article explores emerging evidence on the impact of psychedelics in key domains relevant to careers and the workplace, including creativity, focus, stress, and burnout, leadership, teamwork, and well-being. It surveys both practitioner accounts and early research studying the effects of microdosing psychedelics on enhancing performance and career outcomes. While acknowledging current legal restrictions and the need for more research, implications are discussed for how individuals and organizations could ethically and responsibly approach psychedelics if regulations change. The goal is to begin a fact-based discussion on psychedelics' untapped potential to fuel growth, fulfillment, and peak workplace functioning if pursued prudently under proper guidance as the science continues to rapidly advance. As a management consultant and academic researcher focused on well-being and performance, I've spent years exploring strategies to help professionals and organizations thrive. Lately, I've become fascinated by a potential new avenue, psychedelics. Long stigmatized as drugs of abuse with no therapeutic value, compelling research now shows certain psychedelics like psilocybin and MDMA may help conditions like depression, anxiety, and addiction when administered properly. Carhart-Harris et al. 2018. This has captured mainstream attention and led organizations like Johns Hopkins to establish psychedelic research centers. Moving beyond mental health, an even more intriguing prospect for my work is the idea that psychedelics could enhance aspects of career success and work life. Reports from biohackers, entrepreneurs, and high-achieving creatives who microdose psychedelics regularly describe benefits like heightened focus, unlimited curiosity, and flow states that boost productivity. Poland, 2018. Early pilot studies also show promising empathy, open-mindedness, and problem-solving. Garcia-Romo et al. 2014. While research is in early stages and legal barriers remain, there is potential here that warrants deeper exploration. Today, I will survey emerging evidence on psychedelics' impact in key domains relevant to careers and the workplace. I'll also share accounts from practitioners experimenting responsibly in this space. My goal is to begin a discussion around psychedelics' untapped potential to fuel growth and well-being for professionals and organizations, if pursued ethically under proper guidance as regulations change. While acknowledging limitations, I believe the opportunity is great enough to justify an informed examination now to help shape future policy and practice. Creativity and problem-solving. One of the most commonly reported effects of psychedelic microdosing is enhanced creativity and problem-solving. Fadiman, 2018. Users describe experiencing an ease of thinking outside the box and connecting divergent ideas in novel ways. Some studies have found acute positive impacts as well. For example, a pilot experimental study gave 22 participants either a very low dose of LSD or placebo, then gave them the remote associates task to test creativity. Those who microdosed LSD significantly outperformed controls on this verbal creativity measure. Kuipers et al. 2016. Artists, designers, and other creatives often credit psychedelics like psilocybin and LSD with fueling breakthroughs and expanding their vision. Biohacker Blake Lockhart described microdosing LSD for months and noticed the world became my muse. Nature was more vivid, music more profound. Pollen, 2018. p. 243. He credits it with helping launch Anthropic, an AI safety company now valued at over $1 billion. Co-founder of Anthropic Dario Amodei also microdosed for a period and said it enhanced his ability to think creatively and make connections between disparate ideas. Pollen, 2018, p. 245. While more study is needed, this dovetails with theories that psychedelics may disrupt habitual thinking patterns and cognitive inertia. Carhart-Harris et al. 2014, Gorman, 2008. Shifting brain activity away from the default mode network could help individuals approach problems with innovative perspectives, rarely accessed while sober. Barrett et al. 2020. Higher openness to experience is also correlated with increased creativity. McRae, 1987. And some psychedelics may temporarily foster traits like this. Overall, preliminary evidence suggests microdosing psychedelics could fuel breakthrough innovation for those in creative careers. Focus and flow states. A commonly reported benefit of microdosing psychedelics like LSD and psilocybin is improved focus, concentration, and mental clarity. Fadiman, 2018. Pollen, 2018. Users describe being able to engage deeply in work for extended periods without distractions. This tracks with findings on the neurological impact of psychedelics. Research has shown LSD and psilocybin can increase functional connectivity and organization in the brain, potentially enabling new pathways that facilitate flow states and hyperfocus. Petri et al. 2014. Muthukumaraswamy et al. 2013. Entrepreneur Jackie Guerrero credits psilocybin with helping eliminate distractions and noise, so she could focus intensely on launching her meditation app. LUSH Pollen, 2018, p. 237. Similarly, programmer Austin Hsu said microdosing LSD increased his mental stamina, so he felt unusually focused and productive for days after each dose. Pollen, 2018, pp. 235. While anecdotal, reports align with theories that psychedelics may enhance neuroplasticity. Lai et al. 2018, potentially allowing individuals to direct full attention towards goals or projects for extended periods. This raises prospects for increased productivity through harnessing flow, like focus on microdosing schedules. Of course, more objective study is still needed to substantiate such claims empirically. Stress, burnout, and well-being. Work-related stress and burnout have reached epidemic levels in recent years across industries and income brackets alike. Wells, 2019. Brown, 2018. As both a consultant witnessing these issues firsthand and someone who has personally struggled with stress and work. Life balance at times. Interventions that may prevent or treat burnout are of utmost interest to me. Psychedelics again show promise here. An increasing number of scientists and doctors are exploring psychedelic-assisted therapy for various mental health issues exacerbated by stress, like PTSD, depression, and addiction. Lai et al. 2018. Griffiths et al. 2016. Ross et al. 2016. Some researchers hypothesize psychedelics could help reduce stress and its toll physically by disrupting brain patterns tied to rumination and worrying. Carhart-Harris et al. 2016. Early evidence supports this. One fMRI study found a single dose of psilocybin led to long-term decreases in amygdala connectivity, a brain region linked to stress and anxiety. Carhart-Harris et al. 2016. Some professionals say microdosing psychedelics leaves them feeling calmer, more focused, and less reactive to daily stressors. Pollen, 2018. This anecdotal evidence aligns with theories about psychedelics' potential anti-inflammatory and neuroplastic benefits. Lai et al. 2018. If substantiated, it has major implications for preventing burnout across high-achieving roles. However, more empirical research on microdosing schedule regimens and outcomes is still needed. Empathy, collaboration, and leadership. In addition to individual performance impacts, Psychedelics may enhance interpersonal skills and team or organizational functioning. This was another domain I became interested exploring based on common reports. For example, engineers at Anthropic describe microdosing psychedelics cultivating increased empathy, emotional intelligence, and perspective, taking that improved workplace relationships and collaboration. Pollan, 2018, p. 239. Some studies also find single high doses of psychedelics, like psilocybin, can increase traits like open-mindedness, which likely facilitates understanding others' perspectives. Garcia Romeu et al. 2014, Griffiths et al. 2016. Psychedelic researcher Roland Griffiths theorizes this may stem from their ability to temporarily induce emotionally charged, mystical-type experiences that dissolve ego boundaries. Griffiths et al. 2008. This could foster greater compassion and identification with shared humanity. Leaders especially stand to gain from enhanced traits like empathic concern, perspectivism, and emotional intelligence, which predict stronger connections with followers and more adaptive, transformative leadership styles. Kearney et al. 2009, West et al. 2004. Beyond individual impacts, successfully microdose teams could outperform on collaboration quality, innovation, and cohesion through augmented interpersonal skills. Fadiman, 2018, Pollan, 2018. Again, while more research is essential, these areas show promise if psychedelics are safely administered to strengthen bonds within organizations. But responsible exploration and comprehensive support protocols would be paramount based on substances' power to induce psychological vulnerability as well. Practical considerations and next steps. Emerging scientific evidence and practitioner accounts point to psychedelics' untapped potential to fuel creative problem-solving, focus, well-being, pro-social skills, and more all desirable qualities for thriving careers and peak workplace performance. However, legal restrictions currently prevent mainstream organizational applications. If regulations change as research progresses, what might this new landscape look like in practice? A few considerations are important for any ethical, empirically driven integration of psychedelics into work contexts. Rather than uncontrolled microdosing, regulated session work with licensed guides could establish context-specific dosing protocols, track outcomes systematically, and provide follow-up integration support. Fadiman, 2018. Roberts, 2019. Wellness programs. Incorporating psychedelic therapy may aid preventing burnout, as some early data already shows. Watts et al. 2017. For now, individuals may still experiment at their own risk following microdosing methods shown safest by reports like Fadiman's 2018, yet organizational implications are limited without legal access. Perhaps overdue is a thoughtful public discussion balancing cannabis-like workplace policies with obligations to minimize risk if performance impacts are conclusively shown. Overall, potential remains highly speculative, given research infancy. More rigorous work must document outcomes across contexts, compare micro versus high-dose protocols, evaluate skill durability, and assess interactions with stressors. Coordinated efforts by researchers, policymakers, and ethically minded companies could establish responsible pathways should benefits like increased well-being, meaning, and career success continue emerging over the next decade. If pursued wisely with nuance, openness, and care for all stakeholders, psychedelics may propel workers and workplaces alike into a brighter future. Conclusion. As a researcher focused on health, performance, and meaningful work, I believe psychedelics represent hope worthy of balanced, fact-based consideration. While more evidence is still needed across conditions to develop practical applications responsibly, early signs of improved focus, creativity, empathy, and reduced stress are compelling for careers and workplaces, increasingly demanding sustainability in all these domains. Psychedelics at their best also foster wisdom, compassion, and purpose, core drivers of thriving that transcend any single role or organization. If legal and safety concerns can one day be addressed via right combination of regulation, research, and guidance, psychedelics may fuel renaissance through both individual empowerment and elevated cooperation. Whether through therapy, microdosing, or other future means, their potential to cultivate well-being, purpose, insight, and prosocial skills aligns profoundly with priorities of high-functioning societies. Poland, 2018, Fadiman, 2011. An open scientific community focused on protecting all participants, while unlocking these gifts, represents the best approach. Our work and cultural evolution stand to benefit immensely if done prudently and for the right reasons over time.